faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky, it's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's
Zeeverfett.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ryan Zeeverfett. I'm doing a Tuesday night draw. So anyway, today I'm drawing Darkseid. And yes, this is for a project that I've been working on. And yeah, feel free, guys, to leave any comments that you can. Let me know, what you think of the drawing process, the drawing style. Any tips, if I have anybody that is an artist that's kind of chiming in, coming in, saying, hey, I dig what you're doing, because hey, iron sharpens iron, or silver sharpens silver, or whatever it is. Anyway, so here we go. So I'm basically starting off on the simple structure, skeletal structure, building that out. I typically start off with the head. You don't have to do that, but I typically start off with the head. You can start at any part of the body. Basically, what I'm looking for is a dynamic pose, something that's a little bit more interesting than just straightforward standing up and down. Sometimes standing up and down is perfectly fine, but this is sort of a pseudo action shot, so I just wanted to have a little bit of movement there to kind of show, hey, he's actually doing something. So anyway, so yeah, I started off, just sort of making the basic form, putting out the arms. And then I drew the legs sort of in a horse stance, and it ultimately didn't work out. I didn't like it, as you'll see here in just a minute. The thighs were a little bit too far apart for my liking. But anyway, so yeah, so the arms are pretty much placed. The arm on the right arm, I wanted to give it a bit of a different pose, so you'll see that a little bit later on, where I changed that or altered a little bit. I also thin out the head. So what I did is I just selected the head and sort of squeezed it in a little bit. Actually, for this video, I started recording, to sort of, hey, I'm gonna do this for the channel, but I didn't really like the direction that this drawing was going, so I ended the recording, and then I kind of came back to it a little bit later, sort of reinvigorated, that hey, you know what, let me go ahead and try to let me try it again and see if I can get something on I would say paper, but get something on the screen that I like. And basically with this one, it did work out. So coming back to the drawing, sort of with new energy and new just a new perspective on the piece, I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm digging it now. I like it. Yeah, so you can see the horse stance. Didn't like that. Took me a while to figure out the left leg. And as you can see here, I'm starting to fill in the details for the face. I usually start with basic lines to decide where the brow, the nose, the mouth, the middle of the face, all that. Planning is everything. So, but anyway, so yeah, I mean, I had maybe a couple reference photos on the side that I got from the internet to sort of, just sort of help me along with how his face is set up, how his helmet is lays on his face, and yeah, so you'll see that. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, basically the most important piece usually of any rendering of a character is going to be the head. It's going to be the face, because that's typically where the reader or admirer or whatever, you know, the typical person is actually going to look first. It's going to be the face, and then they'll you know, see the overall pose. But typically, when you look at any individual, you're going to look at them in the upside down triangle, the eyes, the nose, and the eyes and the nose, because that's typically where your attention is drawn. So you got to get that right. But yeah, I mean, you'll see that, you know, hey, I try things out, I race, and yeah, I mean, you don't have to get it right out the gate. You know, nobody ever does that. So at least I don't. So there are some things, you know, it's like, oh man, you know, I love that line, I don't want to get rid of it, so I'll keep it. But that is very few and far between. So but anyway, so yeah, here's sort of the head. And then, like I said, I'll add some more details on this thing, but I do readjust the head in just a bit. And then the drawing really starts to take shape after that. That's sort of when I got bigger. Now, on this character, he has a super detailed, I guess, what would you call it, armor? I don't really get that detailed with this thing. I just get the basic form of it, just something enough to where, you know, when the onlooker is looking at this thing, they can understand. Oh, okay, I get what that is. I understand what it is. I don't need much more than that. So, as you can see, like on his neck area or sort of shoulder area, there's some serrated lines, sort of showing you that the outfit that he's wearing is not very organic. It's a little bit sharper than the organic object. So yeah, I'm messing with the arm here. Again, I'm gonna change this later on, but I just wasn't happy with the way this thing was turning out, and I was like, I had an idea for what I wanted and why it was there and all that, but it just didn't really work for me. So yeah, there you have it. And typically when I'm drawing any character, I usually draw them muscles and you know, no armor whatsoever, or minimal armor, if that, just because I want to get the body right, the contouring right, and then I go back and I can add in the armor pieces to where that they would lay on the body correctly. So I try to get everything kind of plotted out first. Oh, here I'm back again. There was a little bit of a time jump because, like I said, I wasn't sure if I was going to continue this drawing. So, but here it is again. I changed the right arm a little bit. I narrowed the head a little bit, and I started adding some of the armor. As you can see, the legs are a little bit more spread out. But yeah, I think and the left arm, I dug that, so I just kept refining that. But yeah, so this is sort of when I came back to it, this is where I was like, hey, you know what? I know what I'm doing now. I know what I want, because I didn't really have. I had an idea of, you know, sort of the pose, sort of how I wanted it, you know, how I wanted the shop to be set up, but here I am actually realizing. But again, guys, if you have any thoughts, any comments, anything like that, it's all it is all welcome here. By the way, you know, please leave a like, comment, check out my other videos, and let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the other things that I've been drawing. I really appreciate it. I love the feedback. Okay, and this is typically what I do. I try to just blue ink the underlying image, and then create a new layer and just draw on top. And again, I think this is where this is exactly where I decide that I don't want the arm to be there. I think it should be higher, sort of on par with his head. But yeah, so I'm more I was more satisfied with this placement than the one prior, so I just kept this one. The other arm, like I said, the left arm, had no issues with it. That's exactly where I wanted it to be. I think later on I'm going to have him hold his spear. So yeah, but I didn't draw it in this session. I'll come back and continue on. But yeah, so this is me sort of working that out and then refining the rest of the Darkseid. And by the way, yes, this is the Zack Snyder Justice League Darkseid. I like that design. I think it's pretty dope. And but yeah, that's pretty much it. Enjoy. Like I said, I'll come back if I feel like there's anything else I need to say. But yeah, just continue watching. I appreciate you guys watching this long. Again, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of my process. So I'm sort of a old school pencilist. So I tended to, in this situation, in this Darkseid drawing, to erase instead of just continuing to make new layers and just draw on top of them, which is what you should do. You shouldn't erase over your lines and try to redraw them for a sort of a final final rendering of it. So, but anyway, I did that for this one. Oh well, it is what it is. Another thing I should mention is I typically bounce all over the image. I don't really concentrate too much on one particular part of the image. As you can see here, I started on the thighs, and then I went to the chest, and then I went to the feet. So I'm all over the place. So that's just kind of that's just me. I go where the pen directs. I'm just the vessel. And as you'll see here, there's a lot of erasing that I do. You know, and typically, normally, I wouldn't do that. Normally, what I would do is create another layer. But I've gotten some requests to actually see myself finish one of the drawings from inception to completion. Because usually when I do the streams, they last for maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours, and most of the time, I don't ever finish the work. Hey, and I'm back. And guys, that's the end of this particular video. That's what I sort of came up with for my Darkseid. I had taken a little bit off of the knees, his little kneecaps. Yeah, so I mean, this is pretty much it. He's done, donezo, refined. That was there. Don't worry about that. And yeah, he's complete. So thank you so much for watching. And again, let me know your thoughts. And yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like what you saw, check out our other videos and subscribe for more. Be sure to leave your comments and suggestions down below. Don't forget to check out our TeePublic and Teespring store. And a thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Your support is much appreciated. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. This is Zeeverfett, signing off.